What up, what up, what up? I'm Motivational Quad, and I'm here with my brothers, the Famish men. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves, and then we're gonna get into the topics.
Yeah, I'm Warren. Mac.
Max.
Hey, and today's topics today, we're gonna be talking about growing up in the hood, government assistance,
Black families,
and leaving a legacy. So, without further ado, we're gonna go on and get into it. So we're gonna start off with growing up in the hood, because everybody got their own perspective of growing up in the hood. Like I said, these are my brothers, and me and my brother Max, we always had a different perspective of growing up in the hood. So without further ado, we're gonna get right into it. My experience of growing up in the hood was fucking amazing. Yo, listen, I had an amazing childhood. I grew up piss poor, but filthy rich. That was because, I grew up under the dealers, you know what I mean? Shout out to the guys from the hood that, actually watched over me, helped guide me, you know what I mean? And, I gained a craft that took me from where I was at, growing up from being, a young adolescent and growing up in the hood, to, becoming a businessman, becoming the gentleman that sits before you, Motivational Quad. So that's just the start of my spiel on growing up in the hood.
I've always had a different perspective because I thought it was fucked up. I had fun. I always tell them, yeah, it was fun because we made it fun. We made it the way that we made it. But the actual reality of it was fucked up to me. I know, only speaking from my experience, it was fucked up for me. Real fucked up. I've been places and I've seen things that, man, the average person just don't want to see. I've been in situations where I was like really, really fucked up. And I just wouldn't wish that on anybody. So for me to say it was good, it would just be contradictory to what I know now about growing up in the hood. I wouldn't wish it on anybody else. Even though it makes you a stronger person, I believe that growing up in the hood does make you a very strong person, because you got to learn certain things in order to make it in this world. But I wouldn't wish it on nobody because it's fucking hard as shit.
To me, going off of what the brother Max was saying over there, absolutely, it was hard. But as far as my experience, I'm not going to say I had a wonderful, fabulous, fun time. No, it wasn't, because it was the hood. And if you knew about the hood, you knew the hood wasn't always fun and games.
And that's fair, and it's fair to say. But for me, growing up in the hood, it was fucking awesome. Like, I grew up with, I knew everybody knew me. My family was a real popular family, so, we had a lot of people that came through our doors, that that would come stay with us, or that would, just we was hanging out, you get what I'm saying? So for me, it was awesome. Like, I had the best experiences. Like, I was born in 7th Avenue Projects, so I was living in projects, living on the 10th floor, having pissy ass hallways and the pissy elevators, all of that. Even though I was young, but you still have a memory of certain things like that. So, I grew up, I was born there in 7th Avenue Projects. So we moved from 7th Avenue Projects to the townhouses when I was 5. That shit was like moving from the hood to the burbs. So we moved from there and moved there, and that shit was awesome. So that's part of my experience.
3 years. After 3 years, that shit was the hood.
You know what I mean? So, and again, everybody looked at the, lived in the hood and looked at the hood through different lenses, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody had different family situations, different lifestyles, different, you know what I mean? So it was, everybody gonna have a different opinion on it. Like, you may be from the hood as well, and you may be saying how you grew up in the hood, whether it was good, bad, or indifferent. It probably wasn't that bad for you, you feel me?
My experience, I moved around a lot. So I lived in a lot of motherfucking hoods, because, with my family, we moved around a hell of a lot. So I met a lot of different people. I seen a lot of different things. I seen a lot of ways, a lot of different people move. And it used to fuck with me a lot of times. Like, what really, like, I always have this image of, God rest his soul, but my uncle, man, he was somebody in the hood. And I ain't gonna say no names or whatever, but, like, they used to beef a lot with each other. and it never quite like it never sat right with me. You said it was fun, but in my brain I'm like, we live in such a close quarters. Like, how the fuck we killing each other or we shooting at each other? So that kind of fucked with me a lot coming up. Like one day he was shooting at somebody I knew. I was I personally knew him, but he grew up older than me, so he was shooting at an older guy, and I'm like, man, I cried to him like, man, I don't understand this. Like, y'all hang together, then y'all shoot each other. Like, I don't get this shit. Like, so it gave me a different perspective of what was going on in the hood. Like, I saw it from a way different perspective. Like, cause I had to move around so much, and I fought a lot of times being a new guy in the neighborhood. So I had to fight a lot. Right. So every time, basically, fucking yellow as hell. So when I came down but the townhouse has always been home.
Right.
Regardless of wherever I moved at, I always came back home to the townhouse.
Right.
So when I went to the towns, I felt like home. And down there, it wasn't as close as I thought it should be. Like I said, shooting at people that you grew up with, it just kind of fucked with my brain, man. I just didn't understand it coming up.
That's just the hood. That was there before.
Way before.
Hood, you know what I mean? So it's just either you can understand it or, you know what I mean, either move with it or move away from it.
True.
You know what I mean? And with the resources and education a lot of people have, moving away from it, that's not an option right there, because is lack of education, lack of resources, and you know what I mean, just lack of know-how.
Fine.
So
or just being too young.
That too. You know what I mean? Raising a family, not having no strong foundation, and no structure.
Wow, like the Wild West.
Yeah, it's just wild. Just wild. Just if you want to live, not saying you can't live a righteous life in the hood, but if you want to just live wild, this is where you need to be at. Live wild. You know what I mean? That's what the hood, the urban areas look, you know what I mean, in my eyes. That's my vision. If you want to just live wild, no point of life, no nothing, no meaning, all right, well, we gonna put you right here. You feel me? Because this is where a lot of y'all with that mind frame is at. So we can put you right here.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think it was like systematically done like that?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. But you giving lemons, you make lemonade. So
this is true.
You feel me? like again, we all have different point of views from, growing up in the hood. And, just to piggyback off what you said, yeah, I remember that same situation. But no one from the hood got killed in the hood other than G. And he ain't really get killed. G got hit with the bat and he didn't. Jeff ain't get killed in the hood. He got killed up on my prospect.
I'm talking about people. Like,
but they died, but they ain't get killed in the hood. And he got killed playing with a gun. You feel me? So that ain't get killed. We talking about get killed. Get killed, man. You get what I'm saying? So nah, he didn't get killed. So to date, I mean, outside of RP, our nephew. You get what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? Outside of that, no one was actually killed in the hood from the hood. You know what I mean? Now, people did get their ass bust down there and get killed down there. That's because you wasn't really from down there and you ain't had no business down there. You feel me? So, again, that's just, and I grew up, you know what I mean, in the same household. So, you know what I mean? Like, these are my brothers. We've been brothers 20 years. We don't know no different. All our mothers was the same mothers. And, you know what I mean? Not like the same mothers, but you know what I mean. If you understand and you from the hood, you know your brother is your brother and your sister is your sister. Not that bro shit and not that sis shit. You feel me? That when you say brother, not bro. Say sister, not sis. You know what I mean? So it's all different point of views coming from the hood and being in the hood. And yeah, no, you're not just put there. But you are put there because if you live in housing and housing authority, they pick a number. And once your number is picked, whatever unit they got, whether it's Bradley Court, whether it's the townhouses, whether it's Higher Court, Riverview Court, fucking Pennington Court, any one of those hoods that have HUD or housing authority, you get sent there. Whatever, depending on your family size. If you in for a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, however that works. You get what I'm saying? So you gotta, you could be put dead smack in the middle of the jungle. So you put in the middle of the jungle, your kids gonna grow up and they better be lions or they gonna get ate. or they got to put on their wool coat and be able to rumble amongst the lions, because that's how it go.
Yeah, that's true enough. Real true. Man.
I mean, but again, it's bad. It's bad growth, like, because before, like, I used to say that, we grew up fucking awesome. That was through my eyes, because that's how I felt I grew up. But now that I'm older and I'm awakened now, yeah, kids shouldn't have to grow up like that. Kids should be fucking given more. You get what I'm saying? Like, I thought being 12 and doing grown up shit was the shit to do, because that's how I grew up. You get what I'm saying? But now, if I had a kid that was 12, I wouldn't dare put them through no shit like that. You get what I'm saying? We got situations.
Word.
You feel me? You remember the Astro van? You remember the Astro van?
I remember that very
you
well.
You feel me?
Man.
So the red Astro van. You know what I mean? Yeah, we was young. We was young and moving around, and when niggas got to beefing, we come from being under the hit squad. You feel me? If y'all know, then y'all know. If you don't, then, Google it. Hit squad, and we was the baby hit squad, and we moved like, we moved like that. But not move, we was just in training. They was training us to be young goons instead of,
young scholars.
Instead of grooming us to be young scholars. They had money.
Young shooters.
Young shooters. You feel me?
Man.
And but for again, like, my childhood was fucking amazing. I wouldn't change my childhood for anything. I wouldn't do it no other way. I would come up and sit right here in this seat right here that I sit in. So, again, everyone have different point of views and perspectives of growing up in the hood and how their childhood was. Shit, Rocky, you was motherfucking, you had the motherfucking CRX, and you was 14. Nigga piped out. What we talking about? You had to fight downstairs. That's my brother right there. He was taking me to school every day. He was going to school. You feel me? Shout out to Barrington High School. You feel me?
Stayed in school.
We all stayed in school. We all got our high school diplomas when we could easily all dropped out.
Word.
Easily. I could have dropped out. I ain't have to go to school. You know what made me go to school? And me being a motivational speaker, I'm always teach and tell people, find something that make you want to go to school or make you want to go do that. What kept me in school was I was a fly motherfucker and the ladies liked it. And I'm just being honest. So that kept me going. I would always go. I always got compliments, and it made me go to school all the time. You know what I mean? So that was my thing. But
piggybacking off that, like, I would never say that I would want a better life. I love the way I came up, only because it made me strong. And I feel like sometimes growing up in the burbs, you could grow up a little weak because you ain't really got much to worry about. You worry about little stuff. Like, I feel like people that grow up in the burbs are like deer. People that come up in the hood are like lions. You got to come up with a whole different mentality. So when you get out into the world, you got to be rough with everybody you come along with. Like, you can't take no shit from nobody. And I think when I'm not gonna say everybody from the burbs is
right
there, but the majority is like, that's just what it is.
I mean, we just live by different rules.
We live by it's almost like a lawlessness.
Whole nother code.
It's lawless in the hood. Like, we don't really follow rules. We break all the motherfucking rules. It's lawless.
Which is true. Lawless in the hood.
I don't regret, but it's just letting y'all know my situation wasn't too great. I wouldn't want to take it back. I don't want to do that. I love where I'm at now. Just like he said, the hood teach you a whole lot of things. It taught me a whole lot of things, especially, a lot of things that a lot of other people don't know about. And that's mainly common sense. Growing up in the hood teach you a good thing of common sense. A good thing of common sense. You feel me? And I walk around, I see and look, and I see that a lot of people doesn't, that's what they lack of.
I think I would say that it gives you better instincts because you always looking over your shoulder. You feel me? Like I can really understand why in movies like when shots happen, black people run. They all that. Caucasian people, they trying to figure out what's going on because they so like we have different instincts.
Right.
You know, we ain't looking for it, but we know something going on. You can feel it deep. Like we the motherfucking lions, and they like the deer. They don't see what's going on because they don't believe that this shit is real. When we witnessed it and we saw how real it is, so we have those instincts and we know what we're looking for. We know what we're looking at. We know what we're looking for it to happen because we've seen it happen. They haven't. So they don't believe it can happen. I'll give you like a situation. Like, God rest her soul. Tamisha.
Okay.
She passed away
This weekend.
And I only bring it up because she passed away giving birth. And I only bring it up because I was having a conversation with my sister, and she was like, I only thought that I never seen that in the hood. I've never seen that. I only thought that happened on TV. And I believe that mindset, when she said that, is what a lot of those Caucasian kids come up with. Like, that only happens on TV. So when things happen, it's like they don't really. They're not affected by it in some way. When we like, no, that happens in real life. Like, he will do that in real life. That shit you seen on TV happens to us in real life every motherfucking day.
Right.
You know,
Like similar to with the shootings going on.
Exactly. Like, you see it on TV, so you don't think it really happened in real life. When no, we experienced it. We seen it happen every day. So, but like I said, give my condolences to her family.
Yeah, shout out, R.I.P. to Tamisha. Sweet young lady. Okay, so the next subject, we talking about black families. I'm gonna give my spill on black families. I love black. You get what I'm saying? I love white. I love Puerto Rican, Dominicans. I love them all. You get what I'm saying? I don't see color except green. But I love people. You know what I mean? I'm from the human race, humanity. You feel me? So I love people, but black people in particular, I think we lack the teaching. We lack knowledge. You get what I'm saying? We not giving shit. You know what I mean? And they took from us so much that we don't know who we are. So it's hard from us. And I think today and age, it goes on all the way around, mainly with the computers and the technology that's going on. But I think the kids our kids, we need to do better. We need to make them read more. Listen, I got a story about this reading shit because I literally just started reading, and it's like, now that I think back, it kind of fucked me up. I had a friend of mine, right? This is quite a few years ago, when I was in my little wilder days, and I was into music. This is back like 2010, 2009, and I was doing the music. And, the chick, she bought me some books. Literally, she bought me books, and I kind of like fucking flipped out. Like, bitch, do I look like a nigga that read books? Real shit. And now today, I sit here and sometimes I be like wanting to slap the shit out of myself. Like I was supposed to been reading more books. You feel me? And we got to teach our kids to read. We got to teach our kids to eat right. We got to teach our kids to think right and not be raised by TV. What salads mean? I thought you said salad.
Salads. I find it gives me a joy.
Okay.
To do it. It makes me feel good when I'm teaching somebody
something.
When I'm sharing experiences, stuff like that. So I always used to tell myself I was going to be a teacher. This was when I was a kid. And like I said, I've done some fucked up shit. I've seen some fucked up shit. And so after starting to read, I started to understand that, the body don't move without the mind. Before anything is done, before my hand is doing this, my brain is telling it to do it. So I started reading up on psychology, and I've always had this fixation with why do I do the things that I do? Why did I go through those things? Why am I the way I am? So I started studying psychology, and I got into the psychology of black young kids, and I believe that we were systematically fucked up on purpose. With the education they gave us, with putting us in certain places. They knew that gathering us up in one big ass building, we all gonna fight each other. Like, everybody in the building, it's too, when you get too many people in one space, man, it ain't never gonna be no good shit going on. And then on top of that, you hungry, it ain't, your lights out, you in poverty, so everybody looking to eat, and that kind of like separated everybody that was in the hood. Exactly. So they knew, I feel like they knew what they was doing, like they systematically put us there, and I feel like they broke the black family on purpose. They took a lot of things away from us, like you know, we're gonna probably talk about this in the next subject with the government assistance. I feel like that really fucked us up as a black family. They made the black woman feel like she didn't need the black man. So, you know, but like, how do you tell a woman, if you get on this government assistance, your husband can't be here, the father of your kids can't be here, you know? So I feel like it was systematically broken for us, and that really hurt us as kids.
Willie Lynch.
Exactly, another form of Willie Lynch. So I feel like it hurt us as a kid because, well, I never knew my father, but maybe that's due to the fact that my grandmother told me, hey, your father can't be here, to my mother. So my mother grew up without a father. She in turn learned how to do the same thing. You know, and then they just passed down. It's just a cycle. You know?
Yeah.
That's my experience with it when it comes to the black family, like right at this moment.
That's how
black
we came
families
up.
is lack
But, you know,
of.
I want to give a shout out to y'all. You get what I'm saying? Because you guys are great fathers. You get what I'm saying? Super facts. You know what I mean? Rocky, you a fucking awesome father of 6, and you an awesome father of 3. You know what I mean? So, you know, shout out to my brother man, Nelson Terrell, that kind of gave me, you know, helped me with being a, you know, that was the father figure in my life. So I give shout outs to my big brother. You know what I mean? So the new generation is doing a lot better than how we came up with. I'm not the new generation. I'm gonna say our generation. You know, we all in our 30s now.
My behalf, as far as my experience, family orientated. That's what I feel as though our black families is lacked of, being taught how to be family orientated with your loved ones.
Is that fair to say?
I believe that right there is due to the fact that me personally, watching my mother come up the way she come up on drugs or whatever, like I was like, man, I ain't doing that shit.
Right.
You feel me? And watching the fact that I didn't have a dad, I'm like, man, I ain't doing that shit.
Right.
You know, like, you know, when he used to tell me, like, man, when I like, he's always been the type to be with one woman.
Right.
And he told me that because I didn't want to be like my dad. And I remember him saying that, like, you know, so when you see certain things, those experiences make you go one way or the other.
Right.
You understand? And me seeing what my uncles and them did, I wanted to be like them. You feel
My
me?
nigga.
I wanted to be like them.
You feel me?
I like the ladies.
Yeah,
I love the ladies.
I need you and your friend.
So I love the ladies. So when he told me that experience, like, you know, like I said, the body don't move without the mind. So his mind told him, like, I don't want to do that shit. And so I think those experiences kind of shaped us. Like, I don't want to be like them in certain ways. Like, I came up without a dad. I don't want my kids to do that.
It makes sense.
You feel me? So I think that our generation, we came up like under them, like, man, or we came up under the fiends, like, see, and they like, I don't want to do that shit.
Right.
Cause like we had real live fiends in our hood, like zombies.
I think they was everywhere though.
No. I'm saying we got to see, but I'm talking about the generation
Our
under
things
us.
wasn't that bad though, bro.
Yo, bro, they was like zombies out there, bro.
Wait. When you say bad, what do you mean bad?
I mean bad
Walking around looking like zombies.
Not even walking around looking like zombies. My experience.
Not breaking your house bad.
Nah, not breaking your house bad, but just they was revealing too much to the community, because I witnessed things walking by, wrapping up and getting right while they walking.
Got you.
They was revealing too much to the community, to the kids, everything.
Got
So
you.
We had bad things.
God rest his soul, OG. He shot the guy right in front of the.
Come on, baby.
What you mean he dead? He can't go to jail. He can't go to jail.
Yeah,
I ain't snitching on nobody. He ain't going to jail.
I guess. All right.
Like, so what I'm saying is like,
We ain't trying to solve no open and closed case murders, but R.I.P. to